Hey guys, how's it going? It's Chris Lemig from True Nature Hypnotherapy. I wanted to talk a little bit today about imposter syndrome and actually how I got interested in using hypnosis for helping people to work through that issue, imposter syndrome and lack of confidence. So a lot of people ask me, like, how did you get into this? What was the thing that drove you towards making this kind of the focus of your practice? And, like many people who enter the healing professions, it's because of my own journey and my own experience with imposter syndrome, low confidence, low self-esteem, all that kind of stuff, that's sort of that core self-image issue that a lot of us work through and a lot of us are facing. So you might have heard, or you might have heard somewhere else, either on my website or in some of my other YouTube videos or somewhere out there in the internets, that I have experienced my own struggles with addiction and alcoholism. And many years ago, in 2007, I actually stepped on the path to recovery and really haven't looked back since. But prior to that, for a good 20 years or even longer, I struggled mightily with this idea, this notion that I was somehow, unworthy of love, unworthy of happiness, that there was something fundamentally flawed or broken about who I was. And for the longest time, that fueled, just many years of self-destructive behavior. And there was depression, there was anxiety, there was, of course, the addiction, the alcoholism that resulted in all kinds of unhappiness, all kinds of suffering, not only for myself, but for everyone around me. And like I say, back in 2007, when I, kind of had finally had enough, I reached that point, which is a great gift to anyone who knows what, coming out of addiction is like. The first thing is that we have to recognize that, wow, I've had enough of this. I don't want to put up with this anymore, not one more second. And so I had that gift of desperation, we call it, and was able to take some steps to start caring for myself in a meaningful way. And, part of that was, learning how to take care of myself and asking for help. Asking for, the help of therapists, the help of spiritual teachers, the help of friends. I had already kind of exhausted asking, help from, a lot of family members and friends. So I had to look outside of my circle towards other resources as well, in order to allow time to sort of heal those relationships that had been damaged. But in any case, I had to learn how to ask for help, real help, help where I was actually willing to not only receive the help, but also do the work that was necessary to make sure that healing took place. And so for many years, I've kind of moved along that path of recovery. I went to India for a long time, studying Buddhism and meditation there. I became a Buddhist monk for some years. And then when I came back to the States, that transition kind of started to bring up some old patterns, some old feelings, some old undealt with stuff from those issues surrounding core self-image and low self-esteem and lack of confidence. And like a spiral, we're kind of moving through a spiral through life, and we're constantly kind of, evolving. And each time we come around the circle, we might have to kind of look back and see where we've come from and maybe address some of the issues that we've worked with very skillfully up until now. And then now there's just some more work to do. And so in that way, I also had some more work to do on my self-image and my self-esteem. And that's when I came into discovering hypnosis and hypnotherapy. It was very soon after I got back from India. And I started a hypnosis training program, and of course through that process I received a lot of hypnosis and hypnotherapy myself through the process of training. And what happened is that I was able to really face and work with and deal with a lot of hurts and wounds that hadn't yet been tended to. And what happened was there was this great release of energy, this great release of, kind of letting go of old habits and old belief systems, and recognizing finally in a really profound way my own inner goodness, my own inner value. And so as I went through that training program and became more confident in being able to work with other people, I started my own practice and then began kind of guiding people along a similar process, personalized, of course, to each and every person's unique situation and their unique experience and their kind of unique way of relating to the process and to their lives and themselves, but however, a very similar process nonetheless, where I guide people through this experience in hypnosis of your true inner goodness, your inner purity, what we might call your higher self, and grounding you in that and that recognition that, oh, from the very beginning, actually, you're okay, you're worthy of love, you're worthy of happiness just as you are. We then can begin to much more effectively, deal with all the subconscious sort of hurts and wounds and, belief systems and blocks that might be holding you back from achieving your highest, good for yourself and for others. So that's a little bit about my story. I kind of went over time here. I didn't expect to go this long, but a little bit about my story, about how I came into hypnosis and hypnotherapy and to be working with people to work through issues surrounding self-esteem and confidence and that insidious imposter syndrome, which of course is just total lie, total hogwash. And the truth of the matter is that you are just as you are, perfectly valuable, perfectly worthy of love, happiness, and success. So I'm glad you, thanks for sticking around, listening a little bit to my story. If you resonate with anything that I said here, if you are interested in maybe connecting and talking further about how hypnosis and hypnotherapy can help you to work through your issues of core self-image and just becoming the best you can be, feel free to reach out. You can get in touch with me through my website at www.truenaturehypnotherapy.com, or you can call or text to me at 206-747-1095. I'd love to talk to you. I'd love to just hear more about your story and how we might be able to work together. That's it for today. Again, Chris Lemig with True Nature Hypnotherapy. Have a wonderful day.